Ew. She was going to the freak offs, huh? Mm-mm. To answer your question,
True
no.
Story Nation. Am I wrong for dumping my ex girlfriend after she told me she's actually been to two Diddy parties? Now, I did not believe my ex girlfriend until she showed me photos. I asked her what exactly went down at the parties, and she claimed she doesn't remember, but initially, she claimed they just sang songs, etc. I knew she was lying. She's in defense of the rapper Diddy. She says that they're just trying to take down a prominent black man, a successful black man. I don't know. I heard all the allegations and stuff, and it seems pretty serious to me, but I never knew about her going to these parties. First one was before her, and I got together. The second one was when we were together, I knew she was going to a party. I didn't know she was going to his party or a celebrity's party. She was telling me how he didn't tell me exactly whose party because she was afraid that I'd be insecure because of celebrities would be there. She told me that she never slept with anyone. She thinks she would remember that. For the most part, she says she doesn't really remember, which I find very confusing and very odd. It's like she doesn't want to tell me something. So, guys, the ones that she went to when we were together was just 1.5 years ago. Before that, it was before we were together. So, we are both from Mountain View, California. When I met my ex girlfriend, she was a model. I knew she was a model. She posed for pictures, for magazines, and she did some work for Balenciaga. I used to take her to some of her photo shoots. Sometimes I'd wait there until she was done. I never felt insecure about her being a model or anything, having guys take pictures of her. There weren't nude pictures or anything. She was always clothed. I did ask her how she ended up at the party with Diddy. She said it was because some of the girls she worked with invited her. The opportunity came up again while we were together, and she took it. She went on telling me all this and expected me not to dump her. I sat on it for a day. I then called her up and I let her know that I didn't want to be with her anymore. Every time I jumped on YouTube or any online social media like Instagram or Twitter, I hear about the things this guy was doing at his parties. I would be an idiot to believe that my girlfriend wasn't doing it and participating. Now, if it was before me and it was the only time, I am still not sure if I would be okay with it, just because of some of the things I've been hearing. I'm not going to repeat it here on this email. The fact that she snuck behind my back lied to me. She admitted some information. That's why it just didn't sit well with me. I was starting to see myself marry this girl. We got along very well, but later on in our relationship, she wasn't really doing what she did in the very beginning. I let her know that we were done, and she was devastated. Called my parents, called my cousin, telling them that I've lost my mind. My cousin agrees with me. He said, "Do you know what was going down at those parties?" I said, "Please don't remind me." My parents thought I was silly for breaking up with her over this. My parents told me and my ex girlfriend that maybe my ex girlfriend should take advantage and try to write a book or something. I said, "I don't want any parts of this. This is so stupid," but my ex girlfriend stood on it and said nothing bad happened at the parties she'd gone to. Just music and fun and games, and that's it. I'm sorry, I'm just not buying it. You remember the games, but all of a sudden forget the party entirely. I'm not at all believing her. My ex girlfriend, she's beautiful, slim, very good looking. What attracted me to her was her being so sweet to me. When I met her, when I saw her beauty, but what she was doing for me really made me feel good. So I was on crutches due to a bicycle accident. I was actually getting rides back and forth from work. My ex girlfriend was visiting a friend that lived in my complex. I spoke to the friend about my accident. What had happened? She was telling me how she's been seeing me on crutches, but she's never had time to speak to me. And then my girlfriend chimed in and said, "Wow, was there anything we can do for you?" I said, "No, it's fine. Don't worry about it." She says, "I'm sure housework has to be hard." I let her know that I love to cook, but since I've had this accident, I've been ordering out, and they both looked at me and said, "Wow, I know that's expensive." I got to my unit and was thinking about what I wanted to order. There was a knock at my door. She says, "Hey, I hope this isn't too weird, but my friend told me your apartment number." I was headed to the grocery store. "I'm going to be here a few days. I like to cook. I can cook you some meals and bring them up to you. Do you have a microwave?" I let her know, yeah. I had a microwave and she told me not to order anything that night, if I can off. She said she'd bring me some food up. I appreciated that and thanked her. This woman is offering to cook me food. What man wouldn't feel a way about this? So I fired up my game and started playing the game online. She came up with food and told me there was more to come. She said she was going to load me up for the week. All I had to do was keep it sealed in the fridge, pop it in the microwave. I couldn't believe it. I tore that spaghetti and meatballs up that night. I was extremely hungry. She came back up with more food and put it in the fridge for me. I offered a drink and we sat and talked for hours. Her friend ended up calling her asking where she was. She told her where she was and her friend came up as well. Her friend, my neighbor, knew where I lived because we had talked a couple times. Not on that level, just friendly neighbor conversation. That's it. I actually became really cool with her ex-boyfriend, but my ex and neighbor, both were in my apartment, and we were playing board games and talking and even watched a movie. It was a cool night. Then my neighbor suggested that we date. Just like that. She said, "I can see the chemistry between you two. You guys really like each other." Saying for my ex to just cook for someone she doesn't even know says a lot. My ex, she just starts laughing and she was acting all shy and stuff. I just look at her and I said, "So do you like me or not?" She said she likes me. And that's how we started. We started dating right then and there. Becca stayed the night that night while my neighbor went down to her apartment. We became really cool and started dating. 1 year after renewing my lease, Becca moved in with me. Things were truly great. She never showed signs of someone I couldn't trust. Like I said, her modeling career never made me feel insecure at all. She did pretty well with it. I know she ultimately wanted to be an actress, but every audition she'd go to, it just never worked out. Even being an extra, she just never landed anything, not even a commercial extra role. Maybe acting just isn't her thing. I'm going to fast forward to 2.5 years of us being together. I was coming home from work, and I decided to call her on my way home. I knew she was done with her photo shoot a little after the afternoon. That day I give her a call, and she's at the apartment. I'm asking her if she heard about Puff Daddy or P. Diddy. I remember us laughing about that for a minute, thinking about the Dave Chappelle skit, talking about walking to Brooklyn for cheesecake and the whole Making the Band episode. We both used to watch that back in the day. Oh my gosh, classic. That P. Diddy guy is just one prick. Anyway, I'm asking her if she's heard about the whole situation and him putting his hands on Cassie. I reminded her we had talked about it before, but I asked her, did she see the video that had surfaced? Now at this point, I didn't really know much about any parties until I fell into a rabbit hole of this entire ordeal. I was fully focused on him beating the crap out of his girl, like that was really messed up. The video was out there. Becca said, yeah, she saw it, and it's pretty sad, and she doesn't know what's going on. It's a really sad thing to see. She's glad the girl's okay. This is when Becca decides to tell me about the party she attended. She says, well, to be honest with you, I've met him a couple times. I said, him? Who? Diddy? She says, yes, I met him. He's a really nice guy. Funny guy, too. I said, what? He didn't look funny in his video. She said, yeah, that's very unusual when I met him. I didn't see him like that. I never would have thought that he was like that, but she said she briefly met him twice. I said, so I assume a photo shoot or something. She told me she attended his house party. One was his house and one was somewhere else. I can't even really remember what she said about the other party, but he was there hosting it. She says yes, so before we met, my friend Coral and I attended his party. Now, Coral was my neighbor. She moved since this conversation. She says they both attended the party because they were invited by another model that they were shooting with. Said, "Oh, you never told me anything like this." Well, I didn't really think it was a big deal. And celebrities are people too. I said, "Yeah, true," but I said, "Hold on. You said twice. When was the other time you went?" She asked me to promise I won't get upset. I said, "Oh man, what happened? What is it? Just promise, MDW." I said, "You just have to tell me. You can't make me promise that I won't get upset." "I don't know what you're about to tell me." She says, "Fair." She proceeds to tell me that it was the one time she was out all night and didn't come home till the next day. She said they were going to a party for work. It was actually Diddy party. I said, "So you stayed there the whole night?" She said they didn't sleep. Everybody was up all night doing something and playing games and having fun. Some people were making music. I immediately thought in my head that she was getting blown out at this party, probably doing all types of stuff. This is what caught me off guard because, remember guys, she just told me they were playing board games and singing and all types of stuff like that. I reminded her that they are saying that this guy has freak-offs at these parties. I asked her, I said, "Be honest with me. Did you cheat on me? Did you sleep with anyone at the party?" Tells me, "I don't really remember, to be honest with you. Let's just change the subject." I said, hold on. What do you mean you don't remember? It wasn't that long ago. You don't remember if you cheated on me or not? Plus, you've already told me some details about the party. Now you don't remember. She proceeds to tell me, "I really don't remember. It was kind of blurry." I said, "Wow, did you do drugs?" She said, "No, I don't do drugs. I had a couple drinks, but I just don't remember. I know he's not the monster people are saying." I was thrown off. I didn't know what to say. I sat on it for 24 hours. I talked to family. My cousin told me to get rid of her. He's the one that gave me more information on his parties. He was super invested in it. He actually runs a celebrity gossip YouTube channel. No need to plug him. He does very well. He didn't believe me at first, but I swore him my ex-girlfriend told me that she attended these parties twice. He assured me she got freaky. I believe he's still trying to pay her to get onto his YouTube channel and tell her story. By the way, he knows who you are. True story, he watches your channel as well. So, I have a talk with my parents. My mom wanted to get us together, me and Becca. My mom is trying to convince Becca to write a book. Maybe you guys should make some money out of this. And then my mom tells me that I'm stupid for not marrying Becca, because if I married Becca and she wrote a book, then she'd get a lot of money. I'd make money too. I told my mom I was so disgusted with her. I couldn't believe she was saying this. I told Becca we needed to go our separate ways. I can't do this. Becca laughed at me and said, "I'm being silly and I need to calm down." I said, "If you tell me right now that you were joking and this never happened, I'll forget all about it." She was quiet for about 10 seconds, then said, "Listen, I'm not going to lie. I went to the party, but nothing happened. You don't have to worry. I told Becca that I was going to move out. I was going to talk to the leasing office and see if I can get my own apartment, but I don't want anything to do with her." I was just disgusted. There's no way a woman is going to go to a party twice, the same party twice, surrounded by a bunch of horn dogs, and not get it in with them. My mom specifically thinks I am a piece of crap for dumping Becca. I'm being insecure and I'm being a little brat. Those were her words. She told me she loved Becca and she wants beautiful grandbabies. I replied to my mom, "Well, you need to deal with it. And by the way, I don't want kids. I'm not having any. Me and my mother's relationship is kind of strange right now. I don't like how she reacted to me wanting to leave." Now part of me thought, wow, I left my apartment, got another one. I'm back to paying most of the rent, which is fine. I make enough money. I don't have any concrete proof that Becca slept with anyone at these parties or that she cheated on me. But this is what made me feel like I made the right decision. She lied to me about where she was going. Why hide that from me? Now I did ask her that question, and she told me because she was afraid. I'd be insecure because it was a celebrity. She deceived me, people. She told me she was going to a company party, which I guess isn't technically a lie because I guess the man is a company himself, but still, she deceived me. The day I started packing my things, moving to my new apartment, it happened very fast because there were units available and they were trying to get some bodies into these units. Becca begged me to stay. She begged me not to break us up, and then she says, "Well, okay, you move to an apartment, but promise me we can continue to work on us. We can just move slowly. How about that? I'm going to prove to you that I'm your wife. I know we should be married. I love you. No one has ever gotten as close as you. I guess I was supposed to be proud of that. I'm not necessarily sure what that means. I mean, she wasn't a virgin or anything, but I don't know. Maybe she meant because she never moved in with someone. Well, that's what she told me. She's always lived alone since she was 17 years old. It took me 2 days to get all of my stuff down to my new apartment. I had some help from friends. I got to my apartment. I wasn't speaking to Becca at all. She sent me a couple texts, and I wouldn't reply. She sent me one last text that said, "You either agree to make this work and we figured it out like adults, or you'll never ever see me again. Once I'm gone, I'm gone. I don't go back." I sent her an emoji of a hand throwing up the peace sign. I didn't care if she left me. Goodbye. Clearly, Becca was just trying to call my bluff because not even 24 hours later, she was blowing my phone up, calling me, asking me if it was another woman. There had to be another woman because who would just leave over something so stupid? She swore to me that she never cheated on me before. She admitted that she was wrong for lying to me. She should have just been honest and allowed me to decide if I was okay with her going to the party or not. But she said she desperately wanted to go. She looked at it as maybe she could meet someone with some connections because she wants to be an actress. She wants to be in movies. That only made me not want to be with her anymore. All I could think was, well, what if she met a producer there and he promised her the world? I can get you in this movie, that movie, only if you spread your legs. You know all this stuff going around about the P. Diddy and all these other weird people. Why wouldn't I think that? I told her she could have any man she wants. Why does she want me? She told me because she loved me. She'll never stop loving me. She says she can't replace me. She knows she can't. Guys, I'm nothing special. I'm not rich. I'm not the most good-looking man in the world like that. I don't know why she feels this way, and a part of me was starting to feel bad, and I thought maybe, just maybe I should give her another chance. But my gut just kept telling me, leave it alone, and I did. It's been months. This all happened this year. It's been months and we haven't spoken. Every once in a while, she'll send me a text. It's a GIF, something like good morning or have a blessed day. I miss you, things like that. But emojis and GIFs. But I don't budge. I don't even reply back, but I do allow her to see that I read it. I think one or two I did react to. I try my best not to do so. What I want to know is, am I being silly? Did I overreact? Maybe she really didn't do anything. My gut feeling just keeps telling me that she's not the one. My wife wouldn't lie to me and deceive me, especially if she had no intentions on doing wrong, or she thought that I'd be insecure about something. She would not even consider going. That's just how I feel. Let me know how you feel. True story. The Nation as well. I love your opinion. Thanks.
Ew. She was going to the freak offs, huh? To answer your question, no, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Yeah, she did it before you, but she did it while you were together. And she lied to you. She deceived you. No, you're not wrong for breaking up with her. Your mom is tripping. Your mom is just a money hungry person. Oh, you should have married her. She could write a tell all book. I mean, she's right. Yeah, but no, no. And I'm not saying that's right. Like, people do stuff like that. People make up fake stuff and write tell all books and all types of bull crap just to get money. Disgusting. But yeah, she both times she went to that party, she got down with somebody. She even admitted, she told you, well, you know, I thought maybe I could meet somebody who had connections. Trust me, she met somebody with some connections. And she did something a little strange for a connection. I promise you. You know this. You feel it in your gut. If your gut feeling is telling you something is wrong, something is wrong. Believe it. Trust it. It's okay. Trust it, man. Guys, let me know what you think about this in the comments. If you want to send in a story, send it to truestorynation@gmail.com. Here, I'll put it on the screen. That's truestorynation@gmail.com. I'll catch you guys at the next one.